Before we dive back in, I want to take a moment to thank Ellen's Haircuts in Hanover Park for their support of our program. Ellen's Haircuts. Haircuts? Hold on, that can't be the slogan. Here it is. Ellen's Haircuts. Now open. Dana, is the printer on the fritz again? Well, the moon is in the 12th house. Maybe time for a new one. Up next is Brenna calling in from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. What a fun city name to say. Kill Devil Hills. Kill Devil Hills. It should come as no surprise that there's a thriving local necromancy culture there. Brenna?
Evening, host. How are you?
My elbow hurts and I've upped my dosage of lithium, but that's not why we're here. How are you, Brenna?
Could be better. My childhood bully, Sandra's back in my life, and it's a waking nightmare.
The 90s really are back in full force.
Oh, late 80s, actually. Yeah, I've been having flashbacks to when she told my crush I was obsessed with pogs, or when she ruined my pogs.
That must have been hard. How did your paths reconnect?
Well, she sought me out after she died.
So your antagonist is a ghost, the lead somewhat buried.
I tried to look up how she died, but all I could find was that her skeletonized remains were scattered along the I-95.
If you're troubled enough to have your spirit linger on Earth after death, you didn't have a comfortable exit from the living plane. How does that knowledge make you feel?
Well, I might feel some kind of sympathy for her. She hadn't used it as an opportunity to hover above my husband and me in bed every night, just glowing and moaning.
What does Sandra say? Ghosts discuss unfinished business incessantly.
She doesn't say anything. Well, kinda. She just moans and says she's sorry.
Oh, so she apologizes to you.
Well, kinda all the time.
And what do you do in return?
Well, I try to make it stop. I scream, or I cry, or I swing a broom at her. One time we misted her with some Febreze, but that just got the top sheet damp.
Well, I appreciate this call very much, Brenna. A few twists and turns, but in the end an issue of rudimentary ghost etiquette. Straightforward, you need to accept her apology. Right away, unless you want more hover moaning.
Well, I just want the haunting to stop. I don't need her apology. I mean, to me, an apology is about being vulnerable, to demonstrate you were wrong. As horrible as she was, and she was horrible. I mean, she once forced me to eat the contents of an entire guinea pig cage. But I realize now that, she was just a kid too, and she's probably changed as much as I have. Plus, I ain't no saint myself. I don't expect anyone to crawl through mud on my behalf.
Just as this show isn't about me, Brenna, neither is this apology about you. Your low self-esteem, which is a separate problem that breaks my heart, and something I encourage you to call in about at a later date, has nothing to do with Sandra's apology. She is saying, there is a person I want to be, and what I did to you doesn't fit with that vision. She wronged you, and regardless of whether or not you want to deal with it, she needs to know that you hear her when she says she's sorry.
All right, well, now I do hear her, but if she wants to apologize, I think she should be ready for it to be rejected, okay? Because what kind of person only apologizes because she expects the other person to accept?
What kind of person withholds the acceptance of an apology because you want the issuer to suffer?
Oh, come on, ask her. She didn't say sorry then, so I figured she never would.
Brenna?
Oh, she's here.
Ah, Sandra. Can you see her?
Sincere. Oh, come on, give up this act. Sincerely apologize.
This is the moment, Brenna. There's not going to be any garlic or holy water. This is a personal ish, so to speak, between you and your childhood tormentor.
It's so cold here. It's so cold. I'm scared, host.
You haven't hung up yet, Brenna. That means you aren't demonstrating Topman's phone drop reflex. You can do this.
I poured chocolate milk on your box. That was wrong.
Okay. Thank you for apologizing.
Brenna, now!
I accept your apology, Sandra. We were kids. I know you lived with your dad and he was always drunk at the track. I'm sorry about you being skeletonized near the I-95. I love you, Sandra.
Love you too.
Thank you, Sandra.
Oh my God.
How wonderful is that? Enemies turned into a separate ghost and person, headed on their own paths. Much healthier.
No. What is happening in my house? There's a tunnel of light.
It's time for me to go. Toodle!
Sandra is leaving our plane, Brenna. This is normal. It's been documented since the earliest descriptions of the spirit world.
WTF? Sandra's normal exit's gonna be trash in my place? Thought we were cool now. Is my bedroom going to be a portal to hell forever?
Spirit world is the term. Hell is actually out of favor these days since it implies judgment. And the blinding light of the spirit beacon will disappear, but the presumably enormous hole in your house is real and will remain.
Wait, what?
Thank you, Brenna.